Hi, I'm Richard from Craft Lighting and we're here to brighten your day. We use high quality LEDs with up to 50,000 hour lifespan. The lights have a range of colour from warm white, daylight to bright sunlight, and in each setting you have up to 10 levels of brightness. With a range of lights from magnifiers to flexible gooseneck lights to freestanding table lights, we have lights to suit all requirements. Power is supplied by a USB cable to either an adapter plug, battery pack or a computer. And our battery powered lights have a charge of up to 6 hours. For all your modelling lighting needs, visit us at some of the UK premier exhibitions or at craft-lighting.co.uk.
Hello and welcome back to the workshop where we're taking a closer look at Accurascale's second run of Class 66s, and what a colourful collection we have on the layout today, Steve.
I know, it's like the difficult second album, isn't it? You know, you come out with the 66, it's now been delivered, running on people's layouts. Where do you go from there?
Well, it's handy now that there are so many liveries to choose from. And actually, seeing what people have said about the first batch, actually, there's still so many more choices you've got and things that people actually want on the 66.
That is a nice problem to have. You know, with these, we sort of looked at it and thought, well, there's 20 liveries we could easily pick for, run 2. We're trying to cover some of the bases that we've not covered before. We've got things that we've rerun from previous manufacturers, as the Hattons one was, or this was. And then we've got, staples like the DB that we've just changed up a little bit. So it's more of the same, but then plenty of different.
It's quite interesting as well to see how much interest in the Class 66 has changed. I remember when the first of them arrived in 1998. It was kind of like the devil had arrived on the railway. It was the worst thing, and it's taken away everyone's favourites of the old attraction. And they still did that, but actually there's much more interest now in these locos. I think because they've got more variations and colour schemes as well.
I think it is, and I think that there's the younger generation now. I suppose I was the younger generation then, and my beloved 37s and 47s that were being removed from the network, but now the current generation of railway enthusiasts have grown up with these. They're 25, 26 years in, and you're going to have to be an old guy like me to remember anything else. So it's people, there's a lot more enthusiasm, because even the EWS livery or the early Freightliner that we did in Run 1 is now heritage.
It is, and actually it's one of the things I did notice in the collection you've got here. There are liveries that no longer exist. Particularly the Fastline livery, that's no longer available at all, is it?
No, and that was a particularly interesting choice, because when you're certainly looking at model railway products sales, and there's so much data you can go off to what sells and what people like, and there's a period in time where something's gone from the network but then not been gone long enough to be nostalgic. And Fastline almost fits into that, but I felt it was such a striking livery. It was, something that's different. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a chance. I mean, we do the wagons as well, so we'll give you something to pull them with.
Nice addition indeed. So obviously you picked the main base in terms of you've got the DB cargo livery, you've got Freightliner, you've got GB rail freight ones, and the Fastline, the Colas direct rail services. Pretty much all the operators are here on the layout, aren't they? But can you tell us some of the differences between these, because there's new variants as well, aren't there?
Yeah, there is. Before we go on to variants, we'll talk about variations. So obviously Martin House, the charity loco that we're doing, has got all the white trim and adornments because it's a special, and the guys at DB and Ross Taylor who looks after it, he always goes out and makes sure that this one hasn't got it, but it's got white buffers and white wheel rims. We did a Freightliner loco in Run 1, but we'll do the later Power Hall livery in Run 2.
And it's also the first time we've done the low emission locos with the extra side door as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we had obviously there was some low emissions ones on different operators in the first run, but with Freightliner in particular, so the first run was a 5, this time it's an XDRS4. So you've got a low emission Freightliner loco. The DRS one in this run is a, shall we say, hooker DRS loco, as opposed to the ex-EWS 0 that was in the first one. It was 122 on the first one and 421 this time. So there's variations within the variations again, so that looking at the GBRF one, this is now a square-ended one as opposed to the Euro livery. So I've tried to change it so there's something different to add to your layout.
Indeed. And then we mentioned Euro locos as well. This is the first time that the ex-European operator Class 66s with their little distinctive features have been available as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that was something I was really keen to add. And we've done, obviously between ourselves and yourselves, have done the GBIF triple grey pair. And even there, between those two locos, 793 and 794, they're different. So we've done new tooling for the horn boxes because they've got the extended horn box. We've done new tooling for the buffers because it's a different arrangement of buffers, the square buffers, and the twin pipe air system on the ends. But also between 793 and 794, you've got grab handles underneath the buffers. So 793 you can see has got them, whereas your exclusive hasn't. So if you buy one, you can buy the other one and complete the set.
Absolutely. That's what we're hoping anyway.
Yeah.
So have you got a particular favourite or one you're really looking forward to doing this second run?
To be honest, the one that really catches my eye is the Maritime one. It's a real vibrant shade of blue, much like the DB one. You know, I wasn't a huge fan of DB Red when it first came out. It didn't sit well with me, but the more I see it now, that bright red, it just stands out on a layout. Yeah. And the Maritime one, in comparison to, say, other blues there, the Maritime one just leaps out at you.
Yeah. I thought it was an interesting choice as well. You decided to do 66789, which is done on the Hatton's Originals one, on the first batch of those, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And obviously we've made improvements, as we said it before. We Accurascaled it. We brought it up to our level. And we have been asked an awful lot for reruns of previous specials that were on the Hatton's tooling. And when I looked at it, I thought, well, maybe we could rerun some. And 789, I think, is probably on the border of being iconic enough that it will sell. And, it'll warrant a rerun. And if this one goes well, then we could look at some of the other more special or unique liveries that have been previously produced.
So how far away are these now from being in the shops, and how much will they be?
So we're looking at having these delivered around Q2 next year. And they're for sale, obviously, on the website and through our retailers. And they will be 179 DCC ready and 279 for the full fat DCC sound, stay alive, flange squeal sensors and all the bells and whistles.
Fantastic. Well, as Steve said, these are all available now to pre-order from Accurascale. There's also our limited edition model of 66794 Steve Hannum and its unique petroleum sector livery, which you can order through the Key Model World shop. Thank you very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this little introduction to the second batch of Accurascale Class 66s, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.